What's going on, everyone? It's Jeremy. All right, we finally got this thing done, and what it is, yeah, it's a big red building. But what it actually is, it's a grain elevator. These are found in the Midwest, typically really close to railroad tracks. I put this design of a ear of corn on there. You can see just using one by ones. I didn't really want to put them straight, so you can see they're just a little bit out, but it just makes it look a little bit more realistic for a corn cob. So let's come all the way back, because this thing, you see all my bins in the back, this thing's 26 inches tall. It's just over 2 feet. Let's take a closer look. Now here, we're going to put this in the city over in my farm in just a second. First off, we've got our discharge chute. So that'll load. We'll put train tracks. We'll have the train tracks right here and the hopper cars, and it'll load. I had to make it this long because I have a little road that goes here and then the trains. I'll show you in just a little bit once we place it in the Lego City, or on the farm. All right, coming over here, just a little bit of scrub brush. We'll open the door up. We got Fireball here with my grain trailer. I'll show you that. I made a video on this before, I think last year, but what it has on it, you can see down through there, we've got little hopper things that open up. That way, when this truck pulls in to this area right here with these sliding doors, and yeah, those are steering wheels. Neat idea. Use this little rail, and they just sit right on there. These two little pylons, they're just basically my buffers. That way the door just doesn't shoot off one way or the other, so it stays on the track. You can see how it's made. It's just all bricks and then some stud on the side bricks. Just like that. I had some of these printed tiles, so just to give it a little bit more color. One little skylight window there. A couple little skylight windows up here, and honestly, that's really all this building in real life these ones have. Now you drive up here. Oh, I got to put this other little ramp piece on. So that's how it's going to end up to make it fit once I put it in the city. We've got these little things. I use these as cattle guards on my farm. What I'm using them in here for is the grain pit. So the truck will pull over these pits, open up, all the grain falls down into here. The elevator brings the corn all the way to the top and then dispenses it into different bins, which then you select which one and then gets dispersed into the hopper cars. If you want to look up grain elevators on YouTube. There's several. You can go down a rabbit hole if you want to find, I don't know, 10, 20 minutes, half hour of entertainment to look at. They're out there. I'll try to sprinkle in some pictures here and there of some different things. One thing I did notice when I was building this, a lot of them, they have the roof on this is one way, and then the top, it's actually turned. So you have a front slope and a back slope, and those are the same. So I'd have to pick this whole thing up and turn it. The problem is this overhang. I could do that, but this overhang would cover my corn, and I don't want to just bring the corn down because then I don't want to rebuild all that. So we're good. All right, the other cool thing with this is my roof. And most of this thing is all modular. You can see the grain elevator, the controls. We've got a little door there for just a little office. And then the grain pits. Really simple. Yeah, junk on the bottom. We just did a elevated, like a plate and then tile over the top of it. It gives it that corrugated metal look. It also makes it way easier to dust, say in a few months or a few years. Same thing up top. Then at the very top, when we built this, we had to build this as an odd number. So I have an even number going up and then a ridge cap. You can see the ridge cap piece are those little pieces right there. And since they don't make them in anything bigger than a 1x1, that's what we had to do. And because I was short a couple, I just added some ridge vents or some turbine vents maybe, or power attic vents, or some kind of vent on top of the roof just to make do. And I'll show you those. Yeah, that's all there was to it. As I drop it, that's just great. Real time, I'm not going to stop the video. Okay. Oh, in case you're curious what's on the inside, it is totally empty. Trying to cut down on weight was a big thing. And you'll also notice right here and right here. So this little triangle section, I can pop the whole thing off. I can actually do that for you. So if I need to, yeah, this comes off. And same plane going across, this whole piece pops off. So if I need to transport this, if I do take it to a show or something, that's a possibility. Or if I just need to move it or store it somewhere. The other idea was I've got all this interior space, so if I need to store stuff, I've got a new storage space inside here for whatever extra stuff. And then the top, yeah, that's really, so it'd fit under the tables just in case I have to do that. The top pieces also lift off. So, yeah. All right. Let's get this placed in the farm because I'm sure that's what you're here to see. Now, where are we going to put it? In case you haven't been watching some of the videos, we're going to put it right here, right where this red barn and silo are. These pop out. They're not that hard to move. As you can see, I can move this whole thing. And that's how much room. So when I have that downspout, it's going to come, or discharge chute, it's going to come right over and over to the top of the train, which is way over there. There's the caboose. I need to get that train put over here too for this video. All right, last update before we bring that beast over here. You can see my tables. Yeah, they're just kind of a little makeshift here on the side because I've got some moving carts here that I can just move. That way I can get farther into my farm. So there's our train. Got the old style train, 9-volt track. There's our hopper cars that we'll fill. So let's get this thing moved. All right, time for the big reveal. If you noticed, yeah, there's something on the other side. We'll get to that in a second. So we've got Fireball right here. Made a little entrance for him. Tried to add a little bit of an extra to where it's just not a straight shot. We'll open that door. And he's got to be able to pull in. Got to open the door on the other side, which it is. And this is not going to go well. So we're just going to maneuver him in there. And let's see what's going on. Is our door not open? Oh no, Fireball's just stuck. There we go. So that's how that truck pulls in. I see I got a little random flower here. So we'll just put that there because I really I have no idea where that goes. Okay, backup view of the city. Man, that really... So just for comparison, if you have this set, the Haunted House Drop Ride set, we are right there, probably right at the actual top of the roof, not counting the steeple. Or it's a little bit shorter than my Scrooge McDuck money bin. There's their haunted house, so it's, yeah, about right here. Okay, let's come over here, give you this view. Now, one bad thing is, yeah, it's all red, but in reality, that's what it is. That's just the way they looked. Even doing this, a lot of them have some kind of advertising on the side, so I did this on one side. I left the one side alone. Let's move that auger piece. And now you can see, yeah, we've got our auger discharge chute. It'll load those two cars as they come around. And yeah, that's pretty much exactly how I imagined. Now on this side, it's not much of a big display. Here's our other Fireball sticking out through that side. Okay, Medley Grain Company. Medley, that's my last name. That's where that comes from, just in case you're wondering. If you're ever wondering, like over here, the CM cars, that's my son's initials, CM. His name's Carter. So that's why that's there. I know some people have asked that, and I've had that there for, I think, 4 years now. So that's what that is. I mention it maybe once a year. So now we've got our grain company. From a distance, wow, it is, for lack of any more words, it's red. Okay, we're going to come over here. I'm seeing this in real time. Wow, that thing just stands out. I think it adds a little bit to the city, looking at it like this. If I come way back over here behind, yeah, it's actually taller than the Daily Bugle. The signage here, we're somewhere up here in height. So doing this, it does add more to my city, which I'm really glad. Just some more height kind of on the far end, and then on the far side over there. So now I've got height on 3 sides, and a mountain on this side. All right, well, I think that's it for today, guys. This has been a super fun project, something I've always wanted to build. And then really just to do the lettering to where I just didn't have a big massive red logo on one side. Then I stumbled across a design similar to this and then changed it up and made it a little bit more my own. And did that. This little side I'm not worried about because it faces out and it's not really too concerning. I still get to have a silo there, so I'm still good with that. And then I still have a barn and a silo. So I do still have a barn and a silo. I could put another table, a little rolling table, so it's not out of the question for maybe a small expansion. So we'll see in the future. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you in the next one. Check out my other videos of the farm or the city. You may find something interesting.